welcome. You are on the TARAN Club repeater WHVA repeater.
And this evening I am hearing Echo link up as well as our other repeaters that we normally link with, so that's a good sign. We'll take a standby. Does anybody know if we are linked with W8SOE in Lawrence County? Nothing heard, but just keep in mind when you check in, there are multiple sources here, so when you key down, just give it a moment for everything to catch up with whatever repeater you are on. So first we will start this evening with stations who are portable or mobile. Portables or mobiles, please.
This is Kilo 8, Foxtrot Echo, Romeo, K8 FER, Fred and Milton, on the handheld.
K3 AVN, Bill in west end of Huntington, in and out tonight.
KD8QMF, Jerry in Barbersville, please check me in and out.
Thank you, gentlemen. Everybody was spaced out real well there and real clear on what you said. We had K8 FER, Mr. Fred, good evening. Then we had Bill, K3 AVN, and Jerry, KD8 QMF, both of whom are going to be in and out. So does anybody have anything for Bill or Jerry before they jump off frequency? Nothing heard, so Bill and Jerry, thank you for checking in this evening, and be careful, stay safe out there, well, I won't be here next week, but we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. I do appreciate you taking the time this evening. All right, let's move on now for any stations who have routine traffic or announcements. Stations via Echo Link on the KB8 TGK repeater. And finally, now we'll go with general check-ins, any stations anywhere. This is W8DUQ, net control for the Cabell County ARES Races net.
N8FOP, John, portable, on the UHF, check me in and out, no traffic. Control, Kilo, Bravo 8, Uniform Charlie, Fred, Macon County, Ohio, in and out, no traffic, sir.
All right, we picked up two stations in and out. We have N8FOP, John, and Fred, KB8UUC. Anybody have traffic for either of them before they leave the frequency? All right, gentlemen, nothing heard for you all. By the way, Fred, this evening, loud and clear signal. So whatever you're doing it right up there this evening. So appreciate you taking the time to join us. All right, before we go back for comments or any other traffic, one more call for check-ins. Looks like it's going to be a quiet evening. This is Net Control, W8DUQ, saying good evening to everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join us. Really nothing to say other than hopefully everyone's getting out and enjoying the rather cool weather, but still very nice weather that we've had. So next on the list is our one half of our Fred contingent on here this evening, WD8AGH. How are you?
WD8AGH. Good evening, Greg, and all those that have checked in, and I hope are still listening. Glad to hear everybody in there. But no, just a good day. Got a few things accomplished. A little chilly today, and tonight's going to be even colder, I believe. But it's not over with yet. So not to the point of being warm enough to do much. We are not on the SOE repeaters. I'll check them, Greg, on your transmissions. So we are not. Not much else to say other than look forward to seeing everybody at the club meeting maybe next Tuesday, a week Tuesday that is. And everybody have a great week. And be careful. Oh, if you're interested in space shots, by the way, tomorrow night, they've tried for the last several nights. Got a experiment break. Got an experimental shot going off from Wallops Island over on the Virginia coast. Said to be visible from our area, pending on clouds, of course, in our area. But they've had to postpone it 3 times now due to weather conditions over there, mostly wind. Kind of an interesting thing. You can go to NASA's website and look for Wallops Island, and they'll explain this experimental shot that they're doing with a rocket. I can't explain it in a few words, but it's interesting, and it is possible. What they're experimenting is said to be visible in our area. So go there and check it out. All right, Greg, back to you. WD8AGH.
Thank you, Fred. Yeah, it's kind of a space kind of week here. I don't know if anybody had the opportunity to listen live last Friday morning. Unfortunately, I got called away at the last minute and wasn't able to listen to the ISS contact that they made with the folks over in Pocahontas County. But Alan, AB8AS, did share back the link of the recording that's on YouTube, and listened to part of that. It's kind of neat. I did have the opportunity once that just happened to actually tune across the ISS frequency as they were doing a contact with somebody here in the area, and it's just kind of neat to listen to. And then a couple weeks ago, there was one of the I can't remember. I think it's yeah, I'm drawing a total blank right now, but the group that Elon Musk runs with SpaceX, that's what I knew I'd eventually think of it. They did a launch out of Cape Canaveral that was actually visible here early in the morning, and nobody had really talked about it, but next thing you knew, pictures were popping up here in the Huntington area and even up into Columbus. But it was a shot that went up the East Coast, but of course, by the time it got here, it didn't actually come inland this far, but as it went up the East Coast and it was right about at sunrise, the rocket was very visible along with the vapor trail behind it. So, sounds like something to look at for tomorrow, just something different to see. So anyway, I'll be quiet and go now to Fred, K8FER. Good evening. How are things over in Milton?
W8DQQ. K8FER. Good evening, Greg, and everyone on the net. Just good to be here. Got the KB8TGK. They have it working again, so I'm able to get in. Last week, that was me that couldn't quite make it into the into the club repeater, but I could hear it good, but I just couldn't make myself heard. So I'm glad to make it this weekend, for this week. Nothing much going on here. I'm over at my girlfriend's house. We had dinner and sitting around watching a little TV. I brought my handheld so I could check in on the net. So with that, I'm going to send it back to you, Greg. This is K8FER, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Fred. And that does bring us to the bottom of the list. Do we have any additional stations with or without traffic that would like to join the Cabell County ARES Races Net?
KB8, KMH.
Good evening, Bud. That acknowledges KB8 KMH, and you're next up for comments. How are you?
is too, and hello to the gang. Not a whole lot going on here. Been tuning up some radios and antennas, and finally got my 2-meter antenna back up in the clear. It's working pretty good again, so making some progress. Just hanging out in the shack here tonight, taking it easy. On a different radio than usual. I hope it sounds halfway okay. I have no idea, so you might comment on that when I get done. Let me know if it needs anything more or less or in between. And just kind of, thanks for the email on the Pocahontas ISS contacts, Greg. I had forgot all about that, and you reminded me, and I did get up and listen to that. It was pretty interesting. I had about 6 minutes, a solid copy on the astronauts. Full quieting a lot of the time was pretty cool, so I thank you for that. Break. So anyhow, things going good here, and hoping to see everybody at the club meeting here in a week or so. Looking forward to that, and like we're gonna get some things going. Probably have a little better field day this year, maybe, and who knows? Things looking up a little bit. Anywho, glad to hear everybody, and hope everybody's doing okay. Back to you, Greg, KB8 KMH.
All right, thank you, Bud. And now that you're mentioning Field Day, for everybody to remember, that'll be June the 26th and 27th. And for those of you that maybe hadn't caught it in the news, Governor Justice has announced that plans are right now that the preceding Sunday, which is Sunday, June the 20th, also West Virginia Day, is going to be the day they lift, right now planning to lift, the mask mandates, because COVID numbers are dropping, vaccination numbers are going up, so with everything moving in the right direction, that's the plan right now. Looks like roughly the 20th of June, and we're going to start actually truly moving back to more normal here in the state of West Virginia. So if nothing else, that'll perk up some interest maybe in Field Day, get some folks to come out. All right, we don't have anybody else on the list, so we'll take one more standby for any other check-ins to the Cabell County ARES Races Net. Call now. This is W8DUQ Net Control.
Whiskey Victor 8, Kilo Japan, Keith and Hamlin.
Good evening, Keith. Whiskey Victor 8, Kilo Juliet. And you're next up for comments. How are you?
Oh, well, things was pretty wild here in Lincoln County last night, about 5 o'clock yesterday evening. We had a gust of wind about 50 mile an hour come through here, and there's 4 trees between my house and the road got knocked down. And electric was off all over the place, but we had electric here. It was wild there for a little while. The wind was blowing quite hard, and then it really blowed hard, and stuff started falling. But, man, I tell you what, we don't seem like we can get a nice, steady rain anymore. We have to have a torrential downpour and mess everything in the country up, but both of my repeaters are still down, but I think John's got it fixed. Whenever he gets a chance, he's gonna come up here and fix me up. But anyway, my grandson's doing really good. We're supposed to have a motorcycle ride for him this Sunday. Supposed to be from Logan back to Hamlin to the American Legion, and they're going to, all proceeds is going to the family for that. And he's doing really good. His legs healing up good, and and everything's looking really good for him here, and he'll be going back down to 17th to Lexington to get him prosthetic care put on, so we'll just have to see what happens. But other than that, I don't have any traffic. WV8KJ, thank you for letting me come in tonight, guys.
No problem at all, Keith. And if you'd like to share more information about that ride, if there's still time for folks to sign up, if you want to do that, or any other information about maybe where some folks can be of help, feel free to do that.
WV8KJ. Yeah, the ride is from the up beside of Walmart in Logan. The Brothers of the Wheels are putting it on. Costs $10 a bike, or $10 a rider. I'm not sure. It's $10 a bike, I think. But it's a poker run. It'll be from Logan down to the American Legion in Hamlin. And then they'll be having food afterwards. And there's a truck going to be there selling ice cream and stuff like that at the American Legion in Hamlin, Route 34 and 3 interchange. And the sign-ups at noon and kickstands up at 1. It's about all I got for that. WV8KJ.
All right, Keith, thank you. And in the future, if you have any other events coming up like that, certainly feel free to come over here and let us know about it, or you can pop me an email. I think you have my email. I'll be glad to share it on the net as much as we can. Certainly helping out the ham community or the families of the ham community is something we like to do. So, we are at the bottom of the list again. Do we have any additional stations with or without traffic for the Cabell County ARES Races Net? All right, I do not hear anyone, and I don't see anybody else on Echo Link, so we will bring this session of the Cabell County ARES Races Net to a conclusion. The net will meet again next Monday evening when, by the way, WD8AGH Fred will be your net control. Or we might meet in between as needed to meet the needs of our communities. This is W8DUQ closing the net with 9 stations. We thank those who stood by while the net was in progress and also those who participated. Of course, too, we also thank the operators of W8VA, N8OLC, and KB8TGK, most notably John, for your time and effort in keeping the systems on the air, or all the expenses that have gone into getting them on the air. So we sure do appreciate your extra dedication to the hobby for all of us. So Net Control W8DUQ is returning the repeaters to normal amateur use at 8:52 p.m., and again, wishing everyone a safe and healthy week. By the way, if you haven't gotten your COVID vaccine, get out there and get it. The sooner we get to that 60-some-odd% the governor's talking about, the sooner the masks could come off. But right now, June 20th looks like the target date. So everyone have a good evening. W8DUQ, out.
This is the PARA Club repeater WHVACL 131.8.